So this is my 2000 Carrera 996. I've already got the driver's side grille installed. The driver's side and passenger side are almost identical, with the one difference being that over here on the passenger side you've got the temperature sensor here. That's the only thing that's different, so I'm gonna do a little video and show the passenger side install. First thing you need to do is just pop out the temperature sensor. It's pretty easy. Just reach behind and pull back on it, and it should pull fairly gently out there. I've already removed mine a number of times and it comes out pretty easy. Yours might be a little more stiff. The backside surfaces of this bar and then the upper surface here and the lower surface here are not in the same plane. So the divider here in the middle is set further back. So that means you're going to need to put some bend in the grill. Okay, so this is the upper surface of the grill, this is the lower surface, and this upper surface is going to tuck up in behind the bumper cover. So you want a fairly aggressive bend forward on that, and then along the outboard edge you're going to want it bent, the lower and upper edges sort of bent in toward each other, a little bit of a bend toward the front here. So I'm going to insert it from over top of this divider here. I've got my temperature sensor out of the way, and I'm just going to feed it back into where the radiator is and get it in there. And then before I do anything else, I'm going to need to get that temperature sensor through the hole. You definitely don't want to get it all set there and then realize. So I've got the temperature sensor pulled through the hole there, and I'm going to guide it back into its holder, and I'm going to move the grill toward the right, and I'm going to grab a pair of needle nose pliers. I'm going to grab some needle nose and use that to just kind of help pull this inboard, and I'm tucking it in behind the frame here until I've got it roughly in position. Okay, so I've got it in place. I've got the temperature sensor in its position there. I've got the inboard edge tucked under the frame here, and I'm just looking to see that I've got my zip ties all here the way I want them. And what you need to do at this point is just look and make sure you've got everything where it needs to be. Make sure you've got the little corner part tucked in by the frame up there, and your zip ties are in a good position to pull them tight. And if you need to readjust anything, now's the time to do it before you secure the zip ties. Okay, so the hardest part of this whole thing is getting the zip ties secured. If you didn't care about appearance and were just about function, you could just put your cable tie over the whole divider here and just secure it. But if you don't want the zip tie to show, what you need to do is, and I recommend you look at the photos that should be posted for this, you're going to need to get in between the bumper cover and the frame behind it, take the tail end of your cable tie, and there's a hole back there that you're probably not going to be able to see in the video, but you'll be able to see it when you get here, and you just pass it through and get the free end to come up through there. And then takes a little dexterity here. You're gonna, I don't know whether you'll be able to see this in the video very well or not, but push the tail end through the receiver. Okay, and there it is. Now I've got a pair of needle nose, and I'm just going to grab the free end there and pull my cable tie through. Before you snug any one of them up, do the same for all three. So push them, get them all through, get them all set. Once you've got them all set, then you can start working on tightening them up. And I'm gonna, for this middle one here, I'm gonna pull the frame forward and push my cable tie through here and zip it and zip it tight. And then you can take some diagonal pliers or something and trim the end off, and that's the hardest part. So I've got my 3 cable ties secured now, and one of them is inboard right here. One of them is just outboard of the temperature sensor, and then there's a third one out in the corner here. I've got them just kind of loosely secured at the moment. So we've got my plastic bumper cover here, and then there's this kind of grayish silvery support frame here that's behind it. The outboard one is probably the trickiest one because it's a little bit harder to get in between there. So again, check out the pictures that we've got posted, but in those 3 spots behind on the back side of the frame, there's a tab, and where those tabs are, there are holes through the support. So that allows you to push a cable tie up in there from the front and then back through that hole so that you can then insert it into the head of the cable tie. And then once you've got all 3 cable ties and you're pretty sure you have things where you want them, snug them up, pull the frame or pull the grill forward, and you should be all set. And here it is finished off. So you can see, if you look underneath there, you can see where I've got the cable ties tucked under, and I've got it fitting in there, pulled forward and fitting pretty snug.